Now, so okay, so cool. I asked you that. Now, those 50 beats that you produce for for Country Boy Entertainment, how involved was Troy with that process of helping you make those beats?
Not that involved. I mean, he would maybe say what he liked, what he did. I would just do so, but it wasn't that involved. You know what I mean? It was a suggestion here and there, but it wasn't when you make those kind of claims where I think you got to clarify, because to be, like I have a pretty strong reputation. It's like, not that it matters up to that point, but you got to just tell the truth, bro. You wasn't involved like that. Like the way you say it is like, man, I was hands on with him, and it just wasn't that. It was like, yeah, I like that. No, I don't like that. That's about, or he might say, can you try to do this? He might give that kind of, but it wasn't never like what I would consider what that should be called today.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that was one thing I was like, when he said he's hands on, I took it as if he was.
But I don't know. And that's the narrative I hate. I hate when people tweak the narrative a little bit. Stop using these, ambiguous statements to make it sound like it's something it's not. Like we was in the studio together. I made a bunch of beats. You kept them. You had input on a couple, but you got to kind of frame it that way. Don't frame it like you was just involved in everything.
Think the Woo today, what would you say that the quality of those beats were? Would you think some of them was?
My beats were terrible. As much as I want to big myself up, because you know me, but they were terrible. But they were terrible, and that situation actually is what I got better from it because of that situation. Because when I left, I was like, I kind of had the drawing complex where you just nitpicking and just finding reasons to like get motivated, and so for me, that's what that was when I left that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now you keep saying that you left. What was that relationship? So I obviously the relationship was cool at one point in time. You had a cool relationship. You were there. You were recording. You were doing your thing. Was there something that happened that soured that relationship that you decided that it was time for you to pack up your talents and go do something somewhere else? I mean, of course you was doing your thing. Yeah. You was doing your own thing on the side anyway, but what made you stop being affiliated with Country Boy Entertainment and just, jump in your own lane?
I think it was the paperwork thing. I think that was a thing that I didn't want to do too. But I think the biggest part, was when I got told, because this is when they found Beta with Carrington at the time, right? And they kind of like put us against each other, which I never liked back then. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, yeah, Beta he could play, and you got to think back then, a motherfucker who could play was it.
Yeah,
like what I was doing didn't really even exist at the time. I didn't, but what he was doing was that was the producer. Like he, but it was just the way that it was presented to me, and I think I was told that I couldn't hold a candle to him, and you know what I mean. And I was trying to work with Sean and these guys, and I think that was frowned upon. So I was like, you know what, bro, I'm gonna keep it moving. Like, I don't have to be here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that, when I left that, I was like, I had a chip on my shoulder. I was like, I wanted to prove everybody wrong.
So he didn't, no way for you to get those 50 beats that you had produced?
I believe that